Welcome to the Do It All Coach Dads podcast. I'm your host, Michael Kornbluth, and I'm going to tell you what Do It All Coach Dads is all about. LeVar Ball's son, Lonzo Ball, got him a Bentley for his birthday. Do you think a son would hook up his dad with a Bentley for his birthday if he wasn't the driving force responsible for him signing an NBA contract with the Lakers so he could become everything he dreamed to be and that much more? Barry Bonds had Bobby, Ken Griffey had Sr., and Brandon had Bruce Lee. Grant Hill had Thomas Hill. Luke Walton had Bill. Are you touched yet? Do you have any interest in learning how these do-it-all coach dads bonded through coaching with their new and improved seed, especially knowing their genetically blessed offspring were also prime beneficiaries of such remarkable war-won wisdom to derive from the start, regardless if you're a dad or not? It's impossible to not derive some vicarious form of do-it-all dad pride from mere pictures of father-son athletes done good, like the one of Rick and Hall of Fame father Brent Barry after he won an NBA championship for the Spurs. What drove these do-it-all coach dads to assume ownership of their kids' life education? Because aren't all coaches, at least the good ones, life coaches who instruct us how to become leaders of men on and off the court? If they push those to the limit, who inspire others through sheer hard work, passion, grit, imaginative play, commanding flair, and developed communicative touch. When I think of my favorite movies, which fill my soul with infinite do-good, empowered, fighting back possibility, I think of the relationships between Rocky and Mick, Mr. Miyagi and Daniel-san, even Drago and his son in Creed 2. The one scene where Drago's son storms out of their dinner meeting with his mom and the Russian dignitary she left Drago for after losing to Stallone in Rocky 4 was brutal to watch for me, especially when Drago's son says to his dad soon after, on the way out the door, "She abandoned us." I cried on the spot when watching this scene. Drago had done some hardcore bonding with his son through coaching, to say the least. Drago's son in Creed 2 also represents all of his unfulfilled dreams, which is a common theme most dad star athletes of yesteryear can identify with. And I'll take Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen for 500 Alex. Do It All Coach Dad's podcast will give coach dads their long overdue praise and the much needed star-studded spotlight they deserve, because it's their opinions about the enduring importance of faith, the power of positive thinking, visualization, preparation, goal setting, willpower, practice, hard work, motivation, and grit who I care about learning from the most. It's those do-it-all coach dads who disperse experience-informed tips on what ultimate success looks, feels, and acts like as teammates, coworkers, husbands, and fathers who I care about learning from the most on a sports educational podcast, not from some random 19-year-old rookie in the NBA on Twitter who's still educating himself on Hitler. Who taught do-it-all coach dads about how to bounce back from defeat? Who taught these do-it-all coach dads that the only way to feel like a winner is to win again? How are these do-it-all coach dads raised to hate losing more than iTunes jamming more unasked for singles from U2 down their throat? Do It All Coach Dad's podcast sells Do It All Dad pride in raising strong kids who live to compete, because the act of competition and pressure-packed adrenaline from performing live in front of others is responsible for bringing out their best fighter selves, while team sports offers the more emotionally expansive opportunity to achieve a greater sense of wholesome purpose and blood-on-blood unity, which is hard to replicate in the boardroom or in the office kitchen for inclusive Taco Tuesdays with plenty of vegan options after their college playing days are long gone. Do it all. Coach dads sells. Do it all dad pride in raising inspirational leaders instead of sheepish followers. Doers instead of talkers. Creators instead of consumers. Builder uppers instead of belittling put 'em downers. Bonding through coaching can make our kids great again. Do it all coach dads podcast will tell sports related stories of triumph and comeback success through interviews with do it all coach dads and their kids, sometimes together, to focus on the wholly unique bonds formed among father coaches and their cherished student athlete children who receive the greatest gift a father can give their child. Like the late great Jim Valvano once said, "My dad believed in me."